Yes, sir. We back at it. Slash Brothers Podcast. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook page. Every episode is live on both platforms, and all the episodes are loaded immediately after the pod, immediately after the live. Anywhere you stream podcasts, you want to check for your boys and them, we are there. Listen here, I was going to say Ace Kennedy, my brother, my other brother from another mother, but I got my other brother from another mother. Mark, what's good, man?
Mr. Venus, man, what's good with you?
Man, I was telling you right before we hopped on, long week. It's been crazy, but hey, I made it this far though, man. So I won't complain, man. Everything good with you?
Yes, sir. I can't complain either, man. You know me. Appointment after appointment, kids, wife, just doing the father, daddy, rehabilitating thing.
Yeah, how's the rehab going, man?
Man, it's going good, man. Your boy could get that arm almost
Hey,
above his head now.
Hey, okay.
Set myself back a couple days, called myself taking some 3-pointers at the kids' basketball practice. And ended up with high blood pressure, bro.
Out there trying to relive them glory days, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Hey, man, listen. Listen. You know how we do. Give it to me. Best thing you've seen all week.
Man, best thing I seen all week. Man, I would have to go with these two cats I know from back home, the Ace Kennedy and Charlie Venus On My Mind video.
Talk to me.
It caught me out the blue. I didn't know it was coming. I didn't see the tag, anything. I just hit my Facebook and it was the first thing that popped up when I got up that morning. Brushed my teeth, said my prayer, hit the button, and there they were. And I was like, man, they had me vibing at 7:30 in the morning.
Listen, man, I'm mad because I don't got my air horns going right now. I don't got my ether going right now. I don't got nothing going right now. I'm bare. Listen, bro, I was more so excited for the homie Ahmad on this one, though, man. My brother Ace Kennedy. What I was more so excited for, man, is that he had released the song about a month and a half ago, right? So the song's been out there.
Yes,
and what's crazy about it is that we kind of talk about it like all the time, man, that people now especially are more visual, right? So when I went out there in May, we shot the video. I think that, matter of fact, he may have put out the song before I went out there. So we shot the video for it. We've been sitting on this editing for it and everything like that for a little while now. But I was happy for him, though, man, that the song in itself has been doing really well in terms of how it's been streaming. It's looking real good, man.
Whatever happened to y'all being nominated for that award in Oklahoma?
He is nominated. I don't know if it's for this particular song, but I believe that award is coming
when
up.
When I read it, it said "On My Mind." When I read the
On My Mind. Yeah, so that was from when it was put out in mid to late May, right? Okay, but I think that award thing is coming up for him in August, if I'm not mistaken, though, man. So
you gotta fly in, bro.
Listen, I'm trying. I'm gonna try my best to, bro, because what I think that's dope about it, though, man, is that we had a lot of fun shooting the video, right? I think that the video in itself just kind of, showed that we was having a lot of fun in it, though, man. There's very few times, oddly enough, that we shot one other video for a song that we were featured in, and oddly enough, we're not even in the same shot, right? So it's like
I couldn't even tell.
Yeah, so we shot.
Was that the one where it looked like y'all were in a living room of a house at one point?
Yes, we shot that one. And we weren't in any of the same shots and everything like that. So that was one of the things that was real cool to get something with me and him in it. Matter of fact, we did. I shot a video, matter of fact, for mine. But it was dope.
He was in the back seat, right?
He was in the back seat. Yeah. He was in the back seat. So So yeah, but this one was real dope though, man. Just because we don't get the opportunities to shoot very often together though, man. So that
Right.
was real fire. But the big thing really is that even though the song was put out, about a month and a half ago, I think that it's just dope that the video kind of gave it a little bit more life, gave it some more legs and everything like that though, man. So I
It
thought that
did.
that was fire though, bro. But I was happy
Well,
for him. Love the response though.
well, I'm gonna tell you something that you two have no clue about that very song. I added it to my DJ playlist, and I've been playing it at parties and birthday parties, barbecue parties,
Mm.
different events that I've been asked to DJ, and it
Okay.
it, it gets the crowd moving. It gets people on the dance floor. It gets people bobbing at they tables and they seats. So it's doing good out here too.
That's fire, man. Like I know that he had told me that every time he performs a song, that it performs well. What would be fire, bro? If he wins this award and we perform it at whatever the award
At
show is,
the it
that would
would
be
be
fire, though,
it
bro.
will be. You
Yeah,
gotta go live
yeah,
too. You
yeah.
gotta go live.
Oh my gosh, absolutely, man. So I actually had that also as probably one of the best things that I've seen
I was
all week,
just
though.
about to ask. I was just about to
Man,
ask. So what was the best thing you've seen all week?
it was. I'm gonna be honest. I think that. Well, okay. Aside from that, we talked about it on the Tuesday pod. Aside from the video dropping, um, we played in my we play. I play in a city league basketball out here, and we won the championship on Sunday, and that was
Seen that?
fire. Just because, yeah. We this team that we beat. Oh my gosh, they beat us two good times. The last time they beat us, they mercy ruled us. We played where if you down by 20 with 2 minutes left, that's a wrap. And every time we played this team, we had never had all of our guys. Like I missed the first game. Somebody else, like, and then the second time we played them when they put us away by 20, we only had like four people. And then our fifth guy came at halftime after we was already down by like 30, bro. So
Uh-huh.
so this time around when we beat them, it was that much more gratifying though, bro. So that was it. And then my brother put the video out, and the response is what I love the most though, man, is that it's cool, man. It's like it's tough, man, when you independent and people know that you do music, right? But then it's like that visual is putting some life to it though, man. So that's why I was happy for him that he was getting the reception and the feedback from the song as it was everything that we thought it would be though, man.
Yeah, man, and some of those people don't even know that you guys are behind the video too, not
Mm-hmm.
just in the video.
Absolutely, man. That was the other part too, because shout out to William Brown, man. He jumps in periodically as well. When we were out there, he shot the video, and he shot the video, was tied up with some stuff, and my boy Ace was like, "Yo, man, I want you to edit the video and everything like that." And I had been in my editing bag anyway, though, man, because I had just while I was out there visiting him, I shot a video for somebody. My boy Rocky, his stuff is coming. I'm working on another edit for him now. So I was already in a groove and everything like that, though, man. And so once I start editing the video, it started to build up a flow and everything like that. And I was like, yo, it's gonna be dope. I knew it was gonna be dope by the time we got done with it. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, we one stop shopping around here, though, man. So that's what was yeah, that was fire, bro. I'm happy for him though, man.
Man, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for both of you guys, man. I hope it takes off, man.
I hope so. Listen, shout out to my girl Brittany Rowe in the comments, by the way. Yeah, and Brittany, I definitely know a videographer, a dope videographer. As a matter of fact, I mean, I'll get with you offline, but definitely got somebody in mind. He does these pull up setups for like maybe something like $500, something like that. That he does these different things. But I got a couple guys that I can shoot your way though, man. But listen, she does have a good point though, man. A lot of the topics that we have on deck for today were based around music, but I saw that Kanye was supposed to have. I know that some music came out today. I didn't. I think that some people on Apple Music had some issues with pulling it on up or listening to it, but I've seen different leaks for it. Have you heard the whole thing though?
Uh, I'm not even gonna be. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I'm not looking for a Kanye anything, man.
Are you serious?
No, sir. Not one thing at all. I'm looking to see what they're gonna divide up in this divorce out of this $2.1 billion.
Mm. I think the one thing that is cool is that I think that in regards to him and her, I think they already have that divvied out because apparently when he had his listening party, I mean, she was there to support. And I don't think that it's a bitter thing, right? I think that
No.
if I'm not mistaken, both of them have already started dating other people. So
Yeah.
listen, bro, let me ask you this, though. We may have talked about this before, but provided you've been married, right? For as long as they've been married, as long as you and I have been married, right? You get divorced. How soon after, right, do you start dating again? Is it
I
immediately
don't.
like,
I don't
is it
have
a
an answer
six
to
month
that
grace
question.
period or something?
I've wondered that same
Mm,
thing. I try not to think about it because I don't want to jinx myself. But I wonder
mm,
the same thing. I like some people. I think it's a lot of they were already seeing that person before they got divorced type thing, and
right.
then others. I think they just try to throw it in your face that hey, look at me, I can move on. I don't need you type thing.
See, I think,
Like
and
Dr.
that's
Dre
this,
and his wife. Dr. Dre and his wife, that's what, 26, 27 years?
yeah.
But their whole situation is way uglier than Kim's and Kanye's.
And they say apparently that even on the Dr. Dre front that he was talking to Omarion's
Yeah,
BM. So
yeah.
he went, listen, man, I'm not gonna be mad at Dr. Dre, who gotta be over 50,
Gotta
right?
be. Gotta be.
And you think what Omarion baby mom, I mean cute girl, right? She gotta be in 30, maybe, right?
Maybe, maybe.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't be mad if you are newly divorced, right? Because think about that. He ain't had no 30, so he no, okay. He hasn't faithfully had any 30-year-old cakes since he was 30-year-old, right? If he's been with her for that long, in theory.
Dre, we're talking about Dre.
No, Dr. Dre, yeah, Dr. Dre.
I don't know about that one, man. I
I'm just
don't know
saying,
about that one.
for
I think Dre's a Rolling Stone,
you
man.
think so?
I think he's a Rolling Stone,
If
bro.
I'm just saying, he hasn't been able to risk free get down with something else like that, right? Um,
Maybe.
but yay though. This is my thing though. Like I said, I don't know if maybe it's just me. But I know that Kanye and Kim were together for what at least 12 years. I mean, they got old kids now, right? They got some
Well, they
infants,
were
but
married for 6.5.
six and a half, right? No,
Yeah.
that got to be longer than that. The oldest baby is older than six.
Well, hey, I was reading up, bro. I was
Okay,
doing
well,
my research and I seen
listen.
six and a half.
So my thing, right, is that I don't know, bro. Like for me, I don't know that I would be willing to date somebody. Like I think that Kanye got a whole new girlfriend out here, right? And I think that
Yeah.
that means that if you got divorced and you got a whole new girlfriend, you had to be kind of talking like to have a title already,
Yeah,
right?
she was already at award shows with him. Right
Oh
off the
no.
back. Like
Oh
the
no.
next week they were at the award show.
No, sir.
But hey, Kim moves on from all the basketball players quick. Why not Kanye?
Listen, is it something though, right? That James Harden, when he stopped talking to Chloe, he started to put up that 35 and won MVP. So
Hey,
apparently Kanye,
I totally believe in the curse, bro. I
he's no
totally
look.
believe in it.
Is that the reason why Ben Simmons does not have this jump shot, bro?
I totally believe in the curse. That's all I got to say about that.
Is that the reason why Devin Booker would go 40 in a game and then go 19 in a game, bro?
Hey, I don't know, man. Maybe he skipped
So
that oral session with that chick that says she got Phoenix to the championship, man. I don't know. I don't know.
she might be the real MVP, bro. But listen,
I
man,
think she was.
Listen, okay, let me add because this is the thing. People were saying Devin, because we go back and forth, and I can't. The one thing that I try not to do, right, is be a prisoner of the moment, right? When somebody is excelling and they doing something at a high level, and then you jump out the window like Stephen A. Smith that says Devin Booker's gonna be the next Kobe Bryant, and then it's just like he comes back the next game and gives you 20 points, 7 for 24 shooting. I'm just thinking like, bro, but listen, man. Is it really the end all cure if we just say Devin Booker, if you leave Kendall alone, you might just go next level, bro?
I don't know, man. I think Devin Booker is young and he's just bagging what he could bag right now, man. I don't even think Devin Booker's thinking about anything else.
They're official though.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I see what Brittany Rose talking about, but I didn't know about it. I thought Devin Booker been moved on from that family.
I don't think so, man. She be showing up they official like that though, bro. I think they still listen, man. But it does look kind of bad on the Kardashian curse, though.
If it was me, I'd Travis Scott one of them Kardashians myself. So, hey, I can't blame the man. He should be trying to knock that up and get in that $1 billion dynasty right there.
Okay, but then let's think about that though for a second, right? Travis Scott. Isn't he still kind of with Kylie though?
From the last I seen, I just seen them together a few days ago. I think they were in Paris sitting down and he was playing the Mo City Don freestyle on the sidewalk.
Yes. So is Travis Scott okay, I got something. Is Travis Scott the only one to have successfully dated a Kardashian?
I would step out and say yes to that.
Maybe. Now listen, maybe. Now think about this. Where is Travis Scott from?
A Jenner is a Kardashian in my book.
She'd say same here. Same here. They all Kardashian. Listen, where is Travis Scott from?
Missouri City, Houston.
So is it the key then that maybe them Texas boys is immune to the Kardashian curse?
Hey, I'm riding with Texas. Yes.
Listen, man. Okay.
I'm riding with Texas on this one.
Listen, man. Let me ask you this: sports, sticking with sports, right? Did you see? I know you have been keeping up with Maria Taylor. She just recently officially left ESPN. From all accounts, they said that she's going to land a job with NBC. They talk like she could be kind of co-hosting the pregame show for Sunday Night Football or whatever, though, bro. But listen, this is a big deal only because this comes on the tail end of this big thing coming on up here recently with Rachel Nichols, basically saying, "Listen, I understand ESPN. You got a poor history on diversity, but I don't want this chick to come step on my work all at the account of you trying to address your diversity. Like, do that on someone. Give her something else, though, bro." Yeah. And I didn't think that was like racist. I can understand that she's a female as well. But Maria Taylor ultimately lands on her feet, which everybody thinks she would in time for Olympics hosting and everything like that. But listen, I am kind of disappointed because I like Maria Taylor on ESPN though.
Hey, but if she's going to NBC, they must have sent a bag for her, man. They be in bidding wars for them jobs, and I keep hearing that Maria Taylor is a star in the making at her job. So do what you got to do, and if you're just trying to get away from the drama, I understand that too.
Yo, what's crazy? I saw Maria Taylor one time in Atlantic Station downtown, and bro, she got to be a good 6'4". Easily. I mean, very tall. It's 6'4", and I'm talking about like she looks like you. Listen, bro. She looks like it would be awkward for her to even be in the face of a guy who's under 6'1", bro.
I mean, did you see her doing the? Well, no, that was Malika Andrews.
I like Malika Andrews though, bro.
like her. I love Malika Andrews.
I love
She
that.
she's caked up, and I'm not talking about money.
Yes, I like Malika Andrews though, bro. Like I was just like, okay, we doing something here though, man. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I like Malika Andrews enough to where I didn't think about it. Let me tell you how easily Malika Andrews like blended in, right? Because she was the youngest to have presented the Larry O'Brien Trophy Award, right? And it was
Mm-hmm.
almost like it was so effortlessly done that it didn't seem forced. Like it didn't seem like, oh, they purposely, and maybe they did purposely put her there to address their diversity and kind of
Yeah.
having, you know what I'm saying? But she had been
And
doing such
Rachel
an
gotta
excellent job.
she gotta understand that, man. She gotta understand the times that we're in and put her pride to the side, man. Let them do what they gotta do. They
I
always
get
take
that.
care of her. She has the jump. She has all these different things, man.
But think about
It's
this though,
plenty
Mark.
times for everybody to eat, bro.
But think about this though, right? Well, let's just say if you and somebody else was more qualified. Let's say you and you were at your job and somebody else was just as qualified as you were, right? They were just qualified, but you felt like um, you had been on the job a little longer, right? You've been at the job for a little longer, and let's just say they had this Mexican guy or Indian guy, and they say, you know what, Mark, this position you want, you do, you are qualified for, but you know what, we don't have that kind of diversity, so we just wanted to look a little way. So we gonna hire homeboy over here so that we can kind of. It feels like an affirmative action hire that just goes against black people on that. That would be kind of the same, though, right?
You're right, and I'm being used for that as we speak. So
Hey,
I know
listen,
exactly how it feels.
that's my point. It's
And I
like,
have zero problems with it. Just make sure my check clears on Friday.
yeah, but that's where I could understand. If you felt like, nah, man, I've been working hard. I'm trying to go ahead and listen. There's plenty of stuff that you can. Because think about that though, right? Maria Taylor is literally or was everywhere. You catch her on the jump. You catch
Yep.
her on college football game day. She's there on the sideline reporting. She is everywhere. So if I'm Maria Taylor, I'm also thinking I can understand why she would be asking for more money, especially when you just heard that they pay Stephen A. Smith 12 million a year and he has this, that, and the other. And you're thinking, like, well, just on my roles and things that I do, I can understand why Maria Taylor would be like, hey, you know what? Nah, I'm trying to go ahead and get this eight. Give me the 8 mil a year.
Why
But
not? Why
right.
not? You got to rally it while it's hot, man. Look at what Carrie Champion did, and what's her
I like
name? Reese something. Right after Carrie Champion, they all
Jamel
they
Hill
all
now.
Jamel Hill. They learned the thing, and they took what they learned and elevated.
I
Why hate them
love
for that?
listen, I love me some Kerry Champion though, bro.
You and me both.
Yeah, love me some Kerry Champion though,
You
bro.
and me both, man.
Malika Andrews, she's up there with her though, man. But love me some Kerry Champion though, bro.
I mean, and that's the same thing with my one of my favorite analysts, Jalen Rose, getting on Kendrick Perkins about his little situation. It's
Let's
the
talk
same
about
thing.
that. Let's talk
It's the
about
same
this.
thing.
Let's talk about that. Because listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was kind of surprised by it. And the reason why I was surprised by it was that it's ex player to ex player. So it's almost like you and I. So I would think as a player, you would have this unwritten, unsaid thing that, bro, we know we've been there. So we know how media is covering us. And now that we're media, you may think, okay, well, you know what? Let's be a little, some players, former players, are just a little bit more cautious about criticizing coaches and players and everything like that. So let alone another analyst, right? Like I was like, okay, you know what? Hold on, this is different from Max
See,
and Stephen A. going back and forward.
very different. But Chuck, I didn't take it like everybody else took it. I took it like Jalen was clowning him and expected him to come back the same way Kendrick Perkins does that with Stephen A when he's on First Take. He does it with Greeny and them guys on Get Up. He does it with everybody. But as soon as Jalen does it, I'm in my feelings now.
Yes, Listen, man, I'm already jealous. Jalen Rose has this great edge up. He is pushing 50, and he still has a head full of hair.
Yeah.
He's married to Molly, and if you're a sports guy, you know what I'm saying, that she's on most sports guys' list, right? Of your
Yes,
sport
she is.
women in sports, right?
Yes, she
Jalen
is.
Rose is winning, and here's the thing: I guess I didn't see Jalen Rose, the basketball player, in this light while he was in the league. I didn't know that he had this personality necessary. I just didn't expect this post basketball world for Jalen Rose. With that being said, though, man, I thought that it was just interesting because it almost like they were talking about professional opinions, and then it was starting to kind of teeter into that getting personal, right? Because he basically said, you know how it is when you got some new jack trying to make it, so you just putting stuff out there. And
Yeah,
I was
you
just
got
like,
5 years in the game.
yes,
Your hot takes land at this time and work.
yes,
Your little
bro.
catchphrases.
It's like,
I I took it as a clown. I took it
whoa,
as a Marvin Gamble versus a Bubba Williams type thing. That's what I took it
oh
as.
my gosh. So this is my thing though. It's like, okay, it's one thing, bro, that it's one thing when you clowning, if you're clowning what I said, right? If you're clowning my perspective, my opinion on something, but it's different, right? When you're then now you're clowning me. You talking about I'm up here with a pastor suit on. You said I'm thinking like, wait
And
a
those is
minute, bro,
jokes.
wait a minute,
Those
man.
is
And it
jokes.
wasn't like he was.
They jokes. He got to calm down, man. Them is
I
jokes.
get that.
It didn't sound
I get it.
personal
I get that they jokes.
until Jalen said, I mean, why do I gotta let him talk? We just heard him on First Take. We just heard him on Get Up. We done heard him for the past 50 minutes. I like, whoa, Jalen, now it sounds a little personal. Sounds like you tired of hearing
Hey
Big Perk.
man, Jay, and listen, and here's the thing: the same thing could be said about Jalen Rose because listen, he stayed winning. He is all
He's
over
everywhere,
ESPN.
bro.
He is
Everywhere.
everywhere
He's
on ESPN. There's one time
NBC,
I saw
NBC or
Jalen.
ABC as well.
Oh my God! There's one time, bro, that I saw Jalen Rose as a guest on Get Up. He was then a guest on First Take.
Yeah.
Then they had Jalen Jacoby that came on after First Take. And then later on that night, I saw him hosting the basketball
The
finals. I'm
game.
thinking like, bro, you are
NBA on
everywhere. Like,
ESPN. Yeah.
but because of that, though, right? Why does Jalen Rose, who you are winning at life, and Kendrick Perkins is just trying to find his way, bro? You already done won, right? Why do you have to go and make the personal shots, right? And I don't know that him and Kendrick Perkins know each other that well to be joking like that.
I don't know, man. I watched a little YouTube clip of them talking together on the sidelines, and it seemed like they were cool to me. They even hung
Okay.
out together in Milwaukee.
Okay.
So I guess maybe that's why I didn't take it the same way as everybody else. I don't know. And we both know Perk as a guy who will check you in person. So
that boy said he is 6'10", 360. That boy's out of shape now, bro. I said, Perk, you done got yourself up to you up to 360 out here, bro. 360.
hey, like they said, like Jalen's winning, Big Perk's winning too. Have you seen his wife?
Big Perk is winning, bro. I don't care what. And listen, as quiet as kept, people hate Big Perk's takes. Like he says some of them. I get this sometimes. He just on a smaller scale might do what Stephen A. Smith says some outlandish hot take to just pick up some traction because at
and
some
like
point you got
Jalen
to
said,
keep your
he'll be
name
right
out
2
there,
or 3
right?
times. He'll be right 2 or 3 times.
So sometimes
like
all it takes is for you to be right the 2 times, enough for you to have that be enough merit for you to just give these outlandish takes, though, bro. So yeah. I'm not that mad. Like, dog, you know who I'm not mad at Kendrick Perkins, but I was mad as hell about Ryan Hollins, bro.
I mean, I don't know
hated Ryan Hollins.
Where
bro.
did his credentials come from?
Ryan Hollins?
Yes. Where did his credentials come from
His
to be
credentials
the?
is that he played with LeBron before.
And that's what his credentials are.
That's
Okay.
it. He played for the Clippers. Never played that. There was a clip where Max Kellerman is dragging him. I'm talking about dog walking him because he was talking about, yeah, you're so qualified that you average 4 points a game for your career and 3 rebounds, and you sitting here at 6'11", and Max is dog walking him. What I think is crazy though is that Ryan Hollins, if I'm not mistaken, is playing in the Big Three now, though, bro. He's on a Big Three team though, so
But
I want to watch to see if he can
is
actually play.
fit. Yes, he's actually fit and very agile and versatile. I seen him play in Dallas. In the
He is
Big Three.
he is not 360 like Kendrick Perkins right now.
No. He's very agile. He go out there and give Kwame Brown work right now. and he could jump at 6'11".
I do, like I said, this is the thing about
I
it.
remember when he played for Dallas Mavericks, he was somebody had labeled him the best third string center in the league.
The best third string center, huh?
Best third string center in the league.
Of all the third string centers, you the best one, bro.
In the league.
I just think that he is a weird, like I'm talking about, like I've only seen him play in mop-up duty. I don't know, man, but I used to hate. I knew that if he said something, that it was going to be one of the most foolish things. And the bad part about it is, I think that Kendrick Perkins is learning that sometimes you just got to say something just for shock value. I think that Ryan Hollins actually meant everything that he was saying, though, bro. And that was the most terrible part about it, though, bro.
I think you're 100% right about Big Perk. He learned that, so now he tries to do it all the time. Because, and you know why? Because they see that Richard Jefferson is the king of that.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I kind of like Richard Jefferson as a comic.
I kind of like him too, but sometimes he tells too many jokes.
Yeah, he does come across. You know what it is? He comes across like maybe that, like I think he does have his own podcast. And I think that what he does when you see him on TV is an extension of his personality from his podcast. But I kind of like him. But that's the thing, though, man. It's just like I just don't. You wouldn't hear like Mike Greenberg talking about Scott Van Pelt, right? That's what I said. Like to see the two players and the analysts go back and forth. That is where unless you saw
it brings the excitement. I think that's how Stephen A. took off on First Take.
Absolutely, I think that was the reason why that dynamic of him and Skip worked. Is because I probably am inclined to believe that they are probably some of the best of friends. But there were some times where you thought they absolutely hated each other, though, bro.
Yeah, because there's been times that I thought him and Shannon hate each other.
Yeah. They get there where sometimes Skip get red in the face, though, man. There's certain things, but I think the one thing that is interesting about them is that it's going to be interesting to see that now that it's football season again, so they're going to start talking about the Cowboys since they won't have LeBron James to talk about out there no more. So,
well, you're right, and that was actually a perfect segue. What do you think about that, man? I really don't know how I feel about that.
So there was a report that the Longhorns and OU talked to the SEC about joining the SEC. Right. And I don't know if they were. I don't know what happened. I didn't really dig into the outcome or what were they trying. I think this, though, bro. If the Big 12 loses Texas and OU, it's Conference USA, bro. They might as well be playing with Cincinnati. They might as well be playing against Ohio, not Ohio State, but just Ohio. They might as well be playing against Dayton, whoever. All the Midwest Valley schools, like everybody else, because I like Baylor, bro, but And if you don't
And
have,
I like Oklahoma State, man. I don't want them to be there by themselves like that, man.
yeah.
But I also digged into it and seen that Oklahoma State isn't happy with it, and they're gonna fight it if they find out that this is true. There
Well,
hasn't been an outcome yet. They're denying it right now.
here's the thing though. If you Texas though, right? Like I don't understand why Texas would go. Because I the way I look at it is this. All right, so if we keep it at 1,000, if OU said now we about to go ahead and go to the SEC, if you Texas, I'm thinking like, well, hell, that opens up the Big 12 to allow you to be able to, because we've always the stiffest competition year in and year out is going to be OU. But let's just say you set that aside. I think that Texas, because I thought A&M was a bunch of cornballs when they went to the SEC, because they went to the
I've
SEC.
been waiting on them to come back.
I
I've
thought
been
that,
waiting for them to
they
come back.
don't seem like an SEC team to me. Like they seem so not SEC. And I think that the big thing really is that, like, I get the Jimbo Fisher's there, and I know that he's gotten them there, but it just don't really seem like. I thought it was hella corny that they left like that, and then they left when they weren't even all that good.
Right, and they ruined the Texas versus Texas A&M rivalry, man.
I used to like that, man. Like it was a big deal to me. Like when we were in high school, like before, I know that a lot of people would go to A&M, right? And it was like, are you going to A&M or or PV or Southern or Texas? If you had the money, you was picking between Texas and A&M and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And even as a high school player, it was a big deal between getting recruited from A&M like that for Central Texas anyway, though, man. But I don't know, man. I never really liked A&M. I forget that they're even in the SEC most of the time, though, bro.
Yeah, because we had Calvin Davis went to A&M, Michael Jameson went to A&M, Jay Brooks went to A&M. It was a few cats.
Jay Brooks and them went there.
Yeah, there's a few cats.
Didn't Reggie Duncan get recruited at least there or go there or something like that?
He committed and then backed out and went somewhere else.
Yeah, I just always thought that, but it's I get though, right, that if you A&M, right, when you left because if you thought that, hey, you didn't see the fairness that Texas is in the Big 12 and they got the Longhorn Network, and so they get all the in terms of revenue sharing. And I also get that if you are Texas and now if you're A&M and you can tell players, okay, you know what, I'm in the SEC now. This is the best of the best. So from a recruiting perspective, if you feel like, oh, I want to play against the best competition, I get that though, man. But just the tradition, like they just don't seem like they have no business. They seem as awkward and as odd there as watching like Maryland playing, not playing in the same conference as Duke and all them boys like that.
But I think that's what it has to do with. I think it has to do with some of recruiting and some of the NIL rules changing to let players make money off their name and likeliness. I think a lot of those players were going to look towards the SEC because that's where everything's happening. That's where everybody's on TV. My name could be seen and I could make more money.
It makes sense now, especially
as Texas. Let's go over there, keep our name in the pot, and now we could get some of those kids to start coming back this way like they did. Because you remember, we lost a lot of in-state players.
A lot.
We lost a lot of in-state players when Texas started falling off and the SEC became the strong conference.
Yeah, I see. This is what I think is interesting, though, right? The thing I find to be the most interesting about this NIL. So I was wondering, right, how would that impact?
Past players?
Not so much as the past players, right? But like I was wondering how that would impact recruiting, right? Because you think about it, the school technically isn't paying these kids, right? But there are kids who can now sign endorsements. So if you are in Alabama and you have your boosters, and if you're Texas, right? Now you can be able to tell these because I got a lot of money at this school, right? So I can, as a recruiting tool, now say I can get you millions of dollars in endorsements, right? Through the alumni, right? So now it's almost like that was always the thing, for a school to be like, we're not going to pay players, and now paying players is because the cat Bryce Young is a freshman coming on into Alabama, right. And having never played a snap, he's already had $1 million at least, a couple of million. And the bad part about it is, Nick Saban is one of the ones who's verbalized it, who said it. So now if you're recruiting, if he's in your household and he sits in front of your parents and you in the projects and Nick Saban says, listen, I just got this kid Bryce Young $1 million a year for as long as he's staying at the school for the next 3 years. I can get you this easily, right? It's
And
like
the crazy part is Saban also voiced a couple days ago that he's not a big fan of it because it doesn't make the playing fields level throughout the country
and I,
because a lot of the players aren't going to be able to make money of other positions or other teams and things like that.
I can get that though. But then at that same point, then it's almost like, do you do like in the NFL? Do you do a salary cap then, right? Like how do you because then that
Eventually,
means
you
yeah,
got to do it eventually. Some of these kids could be looking at a lot of money in the future.
at that
Imagine
point,
imagine Zion Williamson in college
listen, bro,
if
I
that happened.
think Zion Williams could have had his own shoe in college.
My point exactly. I hate for that shoe to be the
Well,
one that broke on that game, but he could have.
here's the thing I think that's interesting, right? One of the things that I had been looking at was that I was looking at the basketball aspect of it because in football, while football is typically the king, it's the most popular sport. In basketball, because there are fewer players on the team, a lot of basketball players have the opportunity to establish themselves as a brand, right? I think it says
Mhm.
something to me that Zion Williamson had like 10 million, social media followers, right? And all these other kids in high school have big social media followings early on because of all these YouTube outlets and everything like that. But that said, one of the things that I've been waiting to see what would happen is this generation with Mikey Williams, right? So I've been watching Mikey Williams since he was like in middle school. When I saw this kid who wasn't 6 feet tall jumping out the gym, and he's been collecting millions of followers. He has like something like 3 million followers on the gram, and he looks like what he's straight. So I think that what's crazy is that he looks like what I was originally watching him because I thought that the NBA in a couple of years would figure out, all right, we're going to allow kids to come out of high school again. Well, then they came out with the G League where you can sign $1 million contract in the G League, and they got these other pro leagues now, like they got the Ignite, I think it is Ignite Elite or something like that out here, where you could sign with the team and still be eligible and everything like that. So they got workarounds around you going to college. But I was
Mhm.
also interested to see Mikey Williams because he was one of them big high school players that I've been watching for a long time. And so now find out that Mikey Williams signed with an agency and everything like that. And they say his deal's going to be a couple of $1 million. Master P's son
I
signed
was
like a
about to
couple
say that.
$1 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it's great, bro, that these kids are able to capitalize off of those kind of things. You think about that, though, bro, right? If we was in
But what
high
do you do
school,
with the past players though, bro? Do you back pay them?
I don't think you could back pay them, man. I don't see how you could, because then you got to go back. You got to go back to like
Ages ago, ages and
ages
ages
ago.
ago.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know how you do that. But think about that though, right? What if in high school? Think about this, right? What if in high school, right? That oh man, what if in high school, them years that my senior year, the year after that, the 2 years after that, when we were ranked like third in state for basketball, right? If we were able to get paid all of it, we could have. I think that if social media was around back then, oh man, I think it would have been. We could have had things so laid out back then. But even
Yeah.
then, though, like when I think back to like what was my boy Cedric Benson, right? Like I had been hearing about Cedric Benson when he was a freshman in Midland.
And
So
Midland Lee, yeah.
he was like a Texas legend earlier. So if he was able to capitalize off of signing local endorsements and things like that, this man could have been taking care of his family, man.
Not to mention Jonathan Gray at Alito.
That's true. I think
He
about
he
that.
did more than all them cats did here in the state of Texas football.
Yeah, golly. I think that there are so many of the think about that. Think about think about if Robert Griffin, who won his Heisman, right? Or the years before that, the 2 years before that, when Baylor was still coming on up. I mean, this man got a statue out there in front of the thing now. But if he was able to capitalize off of that, like, bruh, I think that what it could do is give you more incentive to stay in college, especially if you're getting more in endorsements than what you would get in a minimal contract in the NFL. Anyway, though,
and your projection isn't high in the NFL, but you're doing good in college.
Right. So think about how much money Tim Tebow would have made, right? Tim Tebow
would have cleaned up, bro.
He would have cleaned up very well, though.
He would have cleaned up.
Yeah, yeah. Let me ask you this. Since we got some time, I wanted to pick your brain about something because I know that I'm always about my list, right? So Giannis and the Bucks, they win the championship, right? So my question for you is this: how much, if anything, does that change your outlook on Giannis in regards to the grand scheme all time? Like, does him winning the ring puts him higher on your list than other players because he has the ring?
Because he has the ring and he added it on top of MVPs and Defensive Player of the Years.
So you got the MVPs and the Defensive Player of the Year.
That's what starts making me move him around on my list now, because he added that ring on top of those things.
Okay, so let me ask you this, though. Is he higher on your list than Charles Barkley?
That's a pretty damn good question.
He's always the person. So to me,
I mean, because as a player, I don't think he can mess with Charles Barkley.
Can Giannis? You don't think Giannis?
But this list thing is how you feel about these players, though, man. So
all-time list.
Tough,
you
man.
Think that all-time list?
Tough.
You think that Charles
Barkley's never won? Charles Barkley hasn't won one, but he should have. He had too many people in his way. Way too many people in his way.
Okay, but even with that being said, when Charles Barkley first got to the league, he played out there. I think he may have been on that Sixers team that had like Moses Malone, them that they had won a ring a couple of years before he got there. So
sure did.
Then you think about that,
the Celtics were stacked.
But then he also had a pretty decent roster with the Phoenix. He went to Houston. He was on his last. So I'm gonna tell you that the people who I look at, right, are always and for Giannis, Charles Barkley, and Kevin Garnett. Right?
I can see Kevin Garnett.
So is Giannis a better all-time player than Kevin Garnett?
I think he's going to finish that way.
See, here's the thing.
He hasn't done it on my list, but I think he's going to finish that way. But you're also talking to one of the biggest Michael Jordan haters that you guys even know. So this is the thing. Kevin Garnett was, while he was playing, was my favorite player, right? While playing. Mm-hmm. But I got to be honest with you, though, man. I think, right, that with Giannis winning the ring right now, I think that if I'm taking out my biasness, right, I think that he is more accomplished than Kevin Garnett right now. If he didn't play, if his career ended right now, I think that he's better. And here's the reason why. I think that, and I had to explain this to Ace the other day. I was like, my reasoning for that is that I think that Giannis did what I think Kevin Garnett was trying to do, right? He had a small market team in Minnesota that he drafted, and he stayed down with them, stayed loyal with them, and they were trying to build around him, and they had that one good year with Cassell and the one good year with Spreewell. And they tried with Marbury.
Marbury. They were trying, but it just didn't
And they
happen.
had that good years with Terrell Brandon too.
They had the Terrell Brandon out there as well. So they were trying, right? And it just never happened. And I think that that's to me what I think that I appreciate about what Giannis did is that I think that he stayed down for the team that drafted him. And so I think that because of that, him getting the ring the way Kevin Garnett wanted to, and then also the multiple defensive players of the year and the multiple MVPs when Kevin Garnett only did it the one time a piece. I think that to me is what makes him a better all-time player. Now, game-wise, skill-wise, I think that when Kevin Garnett, as he got older, his offensive game changed, right? Where he was no longer the first option, no longer the second option. He was more like third. But I think that, but even skill-wise, I think Kevin Garnett was way more skilled than Giannis offensively. But overall, yeah, I can't hit what Giannis is doing. The numbers have to matter, right? They have to mean something. The stuff that he's doing has to matter. So that's why I would say that he's over Kevin Garnett. And I would also say that to me, he's over Charles Barkley as well, man.
I can't give it to him yet, but I see it coming.
Yeah, it's no fault to Charles Barkley. I think Charles Barkley is one of many players who I think just would you running into Jordan, you in that Jordan era, Jordan in his prime, but at the same time, I think that
Barkley overachieved, man. He overachieved.
Yeah, but
because people got to remember he did all that at 6'4".
Listen,
people might have thought he was 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", but he wasn't. He was
I get
6'4".
that, but then here's the thing. Here's the flip side to that, though, right? Isaiah Thomas did it. Isaiah Thomas beat Magic, Jordan, and Bird all in their primes.
I agree. Every single one of them.
So because of that, because I credit Isaiah
and Dominique Wilkins
and Dominique, Isaiah was people. I think what Isaiah and them did so underrated. I think that Isaiah was out there cleaning them boys up in their primes, right?
It's because they hate him. It's because Isaiah Thomas was LeBron James of today.
Yeah. It is interesting, man. I think they understated, but Isaiah, I told Ahmad, I said Isaiah was a killer, bro. And I think that because Isaiah wasn't as big as Jordan, Magic, or Bird name-wise, and popularity, I think that people just don't quite give him that just due to me, though.
Because they hated the bad boys. That's all that was. They hated the bad boys.
But I do think, though, man, that Giannis, to me, I would have to go back now, right? This makes me have to go back and revise my top list, like my top 25, right? Who I think is just because, like, I do think that Giannis with the ring changes the conversation for me.
I mean, I have to give you that, man, because I can't argue with what he's done, man. I can't argue with any of it. Yeah, but if we want to talk about Giannis as a player, then I could talk, because I can't even put Giannis over Sean Kemp on my list.
Ooh.
I'm not talking fat Sean Kemp either.
I think either way, though, bro. Listen, Sean Kemp was probably one of the most exciting players I had ever seen before. But I think Giannis was better than Sean Kemp. I think he was way better.
I think he looks better because he's so much longer and lankier than everybody out there on that court.
Well, no, so this is the thing, though, man. Sean Kemp was Sean Kemp's size when he was in high school, right? I think that what I do appreciate about Giannis is that while people say that all he do is just dunk, I mean, his game had to develop today. He was a long, skinny kid when he first came into the league, and now that he's still lanky but got the bulk, he's strong. Like, this is the thing, to me, this is the thing I think that people underrate, right? When people say all Giannis do is dunk, right? I think when people say that, it's because people who say that have never dunked before, though, bro.
Well, I thought that until I watched this playoffs and got to see him more, because I didn't know Giannis had that fadeaway. I didn't know about a few little moves that he had on that lower block.
I like his game, though,
until this playoffs, because I hate Giannis. I hate watching Giannis. I'm like Ahmad. They're so boring to me. I don't like watching them play.
Kevin Garnett and Kevin Garnett and Kevin McHale had the best post games that I think that I've seen in probably ever. Those are like as far as moves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not even. And I think that Giannis, though, bro. I just think that I don't know, man. It never to me watching. So I can watch Giannis score 40 points, and if you tell me he scored 40 points, if 15 of the 20 buckets that he did were dunks, I would never get tired of it. I don't have any problem. Like I never got tired when Shaq dunk. I don't want to see Shaq fading away. I want to see Shaq dunk on the whole team. So I'm okay with that. But when people say, "Oh yeah, all he do is dunk," and I'm thinking like, bro, do you know what goes? I mean, granted, he's taller.
Can you not call out what moves Giannis is about to do when they cross half court?
You know exactly what he's gonna do, right? But then here's the thing: you know what move Shaq was gonna do.
I mean, Shaq had excellent footwork down there.
Shaq had excellent footwork. I give him that. But Giannis got footwork if he's Euro stepping around these boys, though, man.
Giannis got a couple. Hey, how many times does he charge and step on people with that Euro during the game?
I get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get
he
that
just found out during
like
during the playoffs that he doesn't have to do that Euro every time he comes down court.
That's true. But like I said, it's something to me to be said though, bro, that the boy Giannis can get out here and score 50 points doing it that way, bro. Like you and I know what he's gonna do, right? But then it's like you know what Shaq is gonna do. How many people can actually stop it?
You're right. He's dominant, man.
Yeah.
That's why I gotta give it to him, man. I gotta give it to him. Congratulations.
You think he's top 25 all time?
Shit, no.
Listen, you think to put a number out there? You think he's top 25? He got to be top 25. If Charles Barkley is in your top 25, he got to be, right? Think about that. If he's more accomplished than Charles Barkley,
it depends on what you want me to pick 25 people to do. What you want these 25 people for?
No, if you're just saying that these are the 25 greatest players in the history of the NBA, greatest. I'm not saying, oh, get this person on the team because if you're building the team, you want this person to get you the rebounds, or get this person because you're gonna need this person to lead you in assists. I'm saying overall.
If you tell me that, I think I could find you 50 people before I put Giannis on that paper.
No, sir.
I'm telling you, I think I could find 50.
What?
Because every time I look at the 50 they got now, I always look for somebody to replace Dominique Wilkins with. Okay,
let me ask you this: Who is a player? Who is a player that you would say is in your? Okay, let me ask you this: Who is a power forward that is in your top 25 players that you would put over Giannis?
See, now you're asking me for a 25 power forward list.
No.
Before it was just a list.
Okay, but right? Let's just say hypothetically, if we want to, I'm not saying give me 25 power forwards. I'm saying if you made a 25 list, a top 25 all-time list, and the list contains all positions, and it has some forwards in there, who is a power forward in that 25 list that you would put above Giannis?
Well, hell, I already named two. Charles Barkley. I'd give you Tim Duncan, as much as I hate Tim Duncan as well. I'd give you
Karl Malone.
Let me wait a little bit, man. I don't want to put Karl Malone this early. I don't like Karl Malone either. This too early. I don't want to put him on it. I'll give you shoot, I'll even if we go out to Long Branch Park, I'll pick LaMarcus Aldridge before I pick Giannis.
No, on the all-time list.
Yes, I'll go grab LaMarcus Aldridge to come out here and give me 20 and 10.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh.
And go lock him down.
Oh no. LaMarcus Aldridge. You know what would happen to LaMarcus Aldridge if he was guarding Giannis, though, bro? He'd have the money. Giannis would have them same 50 points out there, and them same 15 rebounds out there, and them same 6 blocks, 5 blocks, except for 3 of them would be LaMarcus Aldridge's little jump shot.
Man, Giannis probably be getting work in the Bucks alumni game from Vin Baker.
Listen, man. Listen. I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying not to be a prisoner of the moment. That was the reason why I had such intrepidation about putting Giannis high earlier on before the ring. Just the accomplishments that he's had with the number of All-Stars, with the MVPs, with the defensive players, just that without the rings. I had him already pretty high, but just not higher than other people. But I just had to kind of I gotta revisit my list now, because it's just like if Chris Paul and them would have won, right? If Chris Paul with a ring looks different, bro. It changes the order, because to me, Chris Paul without a ring,
I couldn't wait for him to get it. I wanted him to get it so bad.
So Chris Paul without a ring.
So are you also telling me, Chuck, that Anthony Davis has made the dive down that list?
On the all-time list?
The now and the all-time.
I don't have Anthony Davis in my top 50 players all time.
Because they've been waiting to give him the crown for.
They've been waiting. They've been waiting to give it to him. Listen, man.
And I don't think they're ever gonna do it now.
Listen. This is the thing. Here's the thing, bro. I can't give the crown to somebody who's the number 2 guy on their team, bro. There's a reason why people looked at Pippen like he was the Robin, right? Like you're the number 2 guy. So I can't look at you and give you number 1 credit. It's why I kept trying to tell Ace about Paul George, bro. Like when you concede to be the number 1 player to go join somebody else, to be the number 2 guy, to be the second option, then I think what we talking about? You can't be you might be a top 10 player in the league because you might have the game, but there's a levels to it, right? And that's where I think that AD, to me, he probably has a top 10 NBA game, right? But on the all-time list and grand scheme of things, to me, it did, even though he has a ring, kind of diminishes the ring a little bit. I don't look at AD's ring the same way I look at Giannis's ring.
No, I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, all rings aren't created equal to me. And I just think that Giannis's ring, it just means more that he didn't leave to get the ring. And granted, that's what all the injuries, all that other stuff said. Like Giannis said, listen, all the injuries, Giannis did what he was supposed to do. It was like it was wide open. The field was wide open. He did what he was supposed to do, though, man. So,
and I agree with that, but I also agree that there would be no Giannis ring if that didn't happen.
Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree with that. I think that, listen, I fully expected that if the Nets, and I think next year, if the Nets are fully healthy, I just don't see, as much as I hate it, I don't really see any reason that I would ever not pick the Nets. I just can't. And AD probably seems so injured so often that, and he's up and down that I don't trust him like that though, man. So
yeah, I think if the Lakers get a good season out of him, they gotta sell him while he's hot, man.
Oh, you might be. You listen, man. But let me tell you. With that being said, though, this is something that I never even thought about, because when you think about it, though, right? AD is like the last great American big man, though.
Yeah.
Like there's none after AD.
Because I was about to say Embiid, but I forgot Embiid's. He's
from Cameroon. Yeah, he's from African. Giannis, he's from Greece. Yeah. Joker, he's all of the great big men.
Yeah, you
are foreigners. But Anthony Davis is the last great American big man, bro.
You right.
Now, it'd be interesting to see.
Hassan Whiteside was going to come along.
Oh my gosh! I thought
it never happened.
Man, I thought I was ready for him. I thought he was so dope when he was in Miami, bro. I thought he was so dope. Man.
I loved him, and I don't know what happened.
I'm
He
hoping
started
that.
smelling himself when that contract time came around.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping that James Wiseman would work out where he could be that good though, bro. But
I hope so, because
yeah,
I was a Boogie fan too,
I
and that
was a
didn't work
Boogie
out
fan.
either.
You know what though, man? This is what I think. I don't know if I was a Boogie fan. I respected that he was getting buckets and doing his thing in the small market, but I was kind of wondering if Boogie was like Kevin Love, like maybe you putting up good numbers on a sorry team, bro.
Um, well, when he got to New Orleans, he did the same thing. So
Then he
I
got
think
hurt, so you
I
never
think he
really.
canceled that out.
Yeah, but
Well,
then
when
it's
he
like
but when he was playing, he was 2010.
he was 20.
No, he was 2012 actually.
Yeah, he was 2012. But this is the thing about it, because he had got injured then so much sooner after he got there. It's like you never know, right? If that was the case, though, like Kevin Love, to me, it seems very clear, right? That bro, you was putting up them because Kevin Love, I think one season he must have averaged almost
He had
15 rebounds.
he had everybody on him, man. He had
Oh my
everybody on
gosh.
his tip. Everybody wanted Kevin Love on their team at that
Yeah,
point.
and not just that though, bro. I think that he was doing it out there with very little other support. So even when he was averaging his points, I mean, he was averaging like 25 and 15 as the number one option, catching the double teams and everything. So I was like, yo, man, it was different though, man. But oh my gosh, man. But that's what I wonder about Boogie. Like maybe was he doing like and because he's been injured, and now his game as his explosiveness isn't as there. I don't know. It's definitely one of those big what if kind of stories, though, man. Because I would
Yeah,
have loved to see what him and AD would have done together, though.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
would have
I
loved
don't
to
know.
see what my boy Chris Bosh would have did once everybody started leaving.
Me
I
too.
wanted to see
Me
if
too.
he could
I
get back to
thought
the Toronto days.
I think he could have more shot attempts. I think he would have did it though, bro. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen. We this is I was waiting to talk about this, and I wanted to get your perspective on this one real quick. Tell of the tape, locks, Dipset.
There
Well,
it
no.
is.
Wait a minute. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Locks, Dipset. I want to get your opinion on the matchup.
I mean, I think it was pretty even. I didn't think of it, but when I heard of it, I was like, man, that might be an even matchup. And I completely agree with everything you said about it last time you talked. I don't know why I can't get into this versus thing. I don't know what that's about, man, but I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
This is the one thing I think that's interesting, right? So what I didn't know at first, I thought, okay, the locks is gonna wash them on this, right? This is gonna be a clear. But then when I actually thought about it, man, I was just like, yo, you know what? More interested than I thought, right? Because what I if we're keeping it a buck, which we try to do, um, Dipset has more hits for their solo artists than the Locks do. Right? The Locks got
Uh,
Jada Kids, they got Styles P, got I Get High. That's the
right.
biggest Styles P solo song, right? So
Yeah.
then when you
And
talk
then
about
Jadakiss got We're Gonna Make It. We're
we gonna
gonna
make
make it.
it, knock
And
yourself out.
one more. He has one more. I can't remember what it is, but
Is he gonna play the same songs that he did against Fab? That's what I'm saying. Like, so that's where I'm just kind of wondering if he's gonna recycle the songs that he did, because the way I look at it is that I think that what they're gonna do, bro, because she don't have no big solo songs, right?
nah.
So they gonna pull out the old Bad Boy catalog. I think that they're gonna play some songs like the joint that they had with Biggie on it. I think that they're gonna go straight nostalgia on it. But I think that what's gonna end up happening is that
Yeah,
like think about it.
because I think we're gonna get recycled Jadakiss, and I think we're gonna get recycled Swiss Beat songs that he played on the rematch.
Yes. So
But
that's
people are gonna hear stuff from Dipset that they either forgot or never heard of and be jamming. Because I think people forget that Dipset used to jam back in the early 2000s, and
See,
Dipset had a lot of club hits.
see that, and right. So you think about it. Dipset, they gonna play Dipset anthem, right? They gonna play if they picking out individual songs. Jim Jones gonna play Ballin'. Cameron's got to play Old Boy. They got to play Hey Ma. That's their. I think that to me, Dipset anthem and Hey Ma are like their. I guess they had. I guess that's a Cameron song, but Cameron can still pull out the old Cameron with 357 horse and carriage on there, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just
And
sitting
then
here
you
thinking,
can't leave Jewels out. Jewels got
gotta
about
put Joel.
five or eight of them himself.
Yeah, so when I
Not to
thought about it,
mention all the features that Jewels has done.
right? So when I thought about that, right, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, bro, you know what, man? I think Dipset, and this was crazy. I think that for me, I wasn't like big on Dipset like that. Like I like Santana, right? But I just remember when Dipset was when they were doing their whole thing and kind of building everything grassroots from the ground up. I mean, that was like a New York thing. Like I didn't catch on the Dipset until it was like they arrived. Like I caught on the Dipset on Oh Boy.
Chuck, when you get out of here, go listen to Jim Jones' Emotionless, bro. That might be Jim Jones' best song in his whole catalog. And nobody knows about it.
Really?
Nobody knows about it. Like when Scarface was just on the Breakfast Club, and he said, I got some NWA songs that you guys probably won't remember that I'd play in the verses. Because he wants to do it. Scarface wants to do a verses of him versus Ice Cube, but Ice Cube plays the Scarface songs that he likes, and he plays the Ice Cube songs that he likes and NWA songs that he likes. And he feels like he has some songs that nobody's thinking about.
See, but that's the thing about it. I think if you play those songs, right, then don't you kind of lose the wow value, right? Because you got to be a fanatic to know those
Well, we
songs.
found that out with Jadakiss. You know, Jadakiss plays so much shit that nobody knew about.
Yeah, that's and listen, and even with Swiss Beats did it, Swiss Beats picked a bunch of songs that I just thought, all right, these are just regulars to me. You just hyped them up better. But I never
or the beats were good, but the rapping on it wasn't too good. Because the beats that he played jam, but I didn't like the music.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think Scarface and Ice Cube would be hella dope. But listen, I think I usually have Scarface and Ice Cube higher than most people on their on like my all-time list.
You do, I remember.
Yeah, because I have Ice Cube. Like I hold Ice Cube in very high regards. Like he is very easy.
Everybody forgot about his pen. That was his pen back in the day. That was his.
Well, so this is the thing about it. I think, bro, like when you like I'm talking about, like if I'm thinking Ice Cube, if I'm picking Ice Cube, right? I'm picking, you can go back. I'm not gonna even get into We Be Clubbing. I'm just talking about, I'm not even talking about I'm not even talking about the Ice Cube from the Friday series, that music. I'm talking about like the Predator, Death Certificate, those albums, like those five
America's Nightmare.
Yeah, like those Ice Cubes to me though, man, were like, oh my gosh, though, man. I mean, I'm talking about the storytelling on them though, bro. Just second to none, though, man. I tell people all the time, bro, you'll be hard pressed to tell me 4 other people who've had a better 5-year run than Ice Cube had. The only people who I can think of is Jay-Z and Drake. And maybe Wayne. But I can't think of a 4th person who's had a better 5-year run than in hip hop.
I wouldn't say better, but had a nice run.
No. 5-year though. A window. You just pick any 5-year window.
T.I.'s 5-year run was like 2003, 2008, but a little bit longer.
And how many? What did T.I.? What albums?
And that was between
trap music
to
Paper Trail.
A little bit further than that. Heavy is the Head, maybe.
I didn't think Heavy is the Head was as good as trap music.
Well, what was right before it then?
So there was.
It went a little bit further than Paper Trail because he dropped one that hit hard right when he came home because he went to jail during Paper
What
Trail.
was the one that had what you know about that? What you know about
That
that? I
was
know all
King.
about that.
That was King.
King is it then? So to me, yeah, Ti probably did. But even when I think about it, right? Like I thought that when Jeezy had the first two,
Yeah.
and then was the third Jeezy as good as the first two? I didn't think so. It was
No,
good,
that was when he fell out right there.
right? So it's like that's what I'm saying. It's
He
hard.
started having like 2 or 3 songs on the albums.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying.
Because
It's
he was
hard.
because
5 years?
he was growing up and evolving and trying to get away from the trap and started dropping the trap stuff on mixtapes instead of on the
That
album.
is my point, right? It's hard. That's why I think that to me, that is why the Drake run is that much more impressive. It's why to me the Jay-Z run is that much more impressive because I'm talking about when you say this is a 5 year window. For 5 years, you were the hottest, right? The absolute hottest. I think that, and not just that, the material that you put out in 5 years, though,
Right.
bro.
Because T.I.
Yeah.
was going multi-platinum in jail when people weren't selling anymore.
Yes.
People weren't
Yes.
going platinum anymore.
Yes. Yes.
And he
Yes.
was locked up with no advertisement, no visuals, and still going platinum.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Trap music to
don't know.
me.
We might want to throw Nelly in there, even though we might want to throw Nelly, maybe Ludacris
Ooh,
in there.
Nelly did have it.
Nelly had a nice run.
Nelly had a nice 5 year run. Luda, Luda did have a dope 5 year run from the first Luda album to what was the last one? The Ludaverse, the one that he won the Grammy. I thought if anything, the one that won the Grammy, it was probably my least favorite of the Ludas, but I still
Was that
loved it
Release
though, man.
Therapy?
But Luda
Release
did
Therapy?
Release Therapy. Yeah, Release
I think that was
Therapy.
Release Therapy.
Yeah.
And Melvin
Yeah, Release
Johnson,
Therapy.
50 Cent might have been 5 years, but only because he took so long to bring out the next albums.
Yeah, because his 5 year run was only
He was
like
trying to
2 albums.
right, because he was trying to push G Unit.
He was milking Get Rich. He wrote Get Rich and Die Trying for like 2.5 years. And before the massacre
he
came
was able
out,
to. He
was
was able
milking.
to.
Yeah. He was milking that. But I
We
think
talking about
that
a
is a good
diamond
point.
album.
Oh man, yeah, you can ride a diamond album. I thought about that, man. Outkast, but I'm talking about a solo artist though, man. Because it's like I said, it's and here's the thing.
We hit them all. I think we hit them all.
I think we hit them all. But like I said, the Drakes though, in a now when music is more accessible than any other time, right? I think that's what makes what Drake is doing that much more impressive. And even Kanye had a stretch, but I'm talking about a 5 year.
Oh, and your girl, where Brittany Rowe at? Because I think Nicki Minaj had a nice little 5 year
Nicki
run.
Minaj did have a 5 year run. Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't throw that in real quick.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj did have a very dope 5 year run. And hell, think about how fast time goes by. Because Cardi had put out Bodak Yellow, and that had to be 2017. So that was 4 years ago.
Oh, that was that far back?
Yeah, Bodak was 2000. Bodak Yellow was 2017, and Cardi's only put out one album. Only one album.
And I feel like I've been following her from the beginning because I was watching her on Love and Hip Hop with old boy with DJ Self, and Self didn't want to sign her and missed out on all this cheese.
Looking like a whole fool out here. Let me just make sure I'm looking at this. Let me make sure I'm correcting myself. So Bodak Yellow. Yeah, Bodak Yellow came out. No, Bodak Yellow was 18, actually, was when it was released.
Okay.
Yeah, but even then, think about that though. That was 3 years ago though that Bodak came out, and so when you think about that though, she's been popping. But I mean, even then, her 5 year while she's still going, like Megan them came in now, right? So that even though Cardi's still highly relevant, that being the hottest in that 5 year run, I think that Hell, I think that Megan might be putting together a case that
She working on it. She's
working on it. Yeah, she working on it. Yeah, man. Hey, well, listen, real quick, before we get on out of here, man, what did I have out here? I lost my train of thought here, though, man. Oh, it's the Friday episode. What you got popping for the weekend, man?
Man, Space Jam 2, rest and relaxation. I still haven't watched the movie. And I don't have anybody poking and prodding on me and taking blood from me all weekend. So I'm chilling like a villain, man.
I think that this weekend, man, I'm getting excited, man. I finally have an opportunity here or a reason to get extra dressy, though, man. So I'm throwing the suit on. What's funny about it, right, is that I didn't realize here that the last time I had to wear a suit was before COVID, and my suits that I had before then are so much bigger. Like, you'd think people to put on some weight after COVID, though. I think that I done lost. I'm a slimmer anyway.
It's a good thing. It's a
good thing. Though. I don't know if I lost the weight since before. I feel like I weighed the same, but I'm built a little different, though, man.
Or maybe we just bought the suit a little bit bigger than we do now.
Mine that I had before was a slim suit. It was real slim. Now this one is a skinny suit. So I was like, this is gonna be my first crack at getting a skinny suit. So I was trying to go ahead. I was telling the boy Ace, I was thinking about getting a skinny, but I wasn't quite ready to show my ankles in the suit yet. I was like, I ain't ankle suit.
I'm not sure I got there yet either. I'm not sure.
I'm not there yet though, man. But I am pretty excited. My neighbor, they're having like a big 50-year-old party. And so big milestone for her. It's all black and gold. So I'm wearing the all black get up. So I'm hyped up about that though.
You know what, Chuck? If you could show the kneecaps, you could show the ankles, bro.
You might be right though, man. Because I'm talking about I don't even show the kneecap. I show the whole thigh meat, bro. They're getting all the thigh meat. So I might as well. Yeah. I might as well.
Might as well, man.
I'm picking up my.
You might got to wear one of them short suit sets, man.
Like LeBron, man. I come out there with the whole looking like I'm a little kid at I'm a flower kid or a ring bearer.
Yes, sir. You might got to try it, bro.
Hey man, listen. Now that you're telling me that, if I could find on probably tomorrow morning, I'm gonna try to get out and see if I can find me the right pair. I don't got the right shoes for it, right? All my shoes is tie up. I think that with them ankles showing, you got to have some loafers.
Some slip-on.
So I gotta go. If I can find some before I go pick up my suit, then I might just have to have them bring the ankles up just a little bit more, though, man.
Hey, man, tell shoe department to hook it on up, man.
Hey, I might have to do that.
Tell Nikki cut the sleeves off that joint and show the tattoo.
Hey man, listen. Shout out to the homeboy Melvin checking in. Shout out to the homegirl Brittany Rowe that was out there. I saw my boy Damien also check in the comments.
Yeah, I seen him, Dame. Dame.
Jumped out there real quick, man. Listen, man, Slash Brothers Podcast. I appreciate my brother, my other brother Mark, for jumping on in here, man, holding down for my dude Ace.
Already.
Listen, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Like we said, be sure to like and subscribe to the page. On that note, listen, usually I would have my boy Ace play the intro music, but he is not here, the man in the board. So we'll holler at y'all when we holler at y'all, man. Peace.